Today's episode is presented by Lodestar, the fee experts.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Lodestar's Lending Leaders. And today is a very special episode. We're kicking off year 10 of Lodestar.
It's exciting.
It's very exciting. So we are rocking our Lodestar swag today. We are a little over the top. Jim's sunglasses are.
Yeah, I'm not going to leave these on the whole time.
I think it's a little much.
There's one thing you have to know about me. I love swag. I love Lodestar swag specifically. So excited to use some of the Lodestar swag and also talk about kind of the evolution of our brand. It's only going to be a little bit embarrassing too.
So you'll see here tied in, I do have some of our old swag here off to the side, so you can kind of see some of our old stuff. And Jim is wearing a very special t-shirt as well.
Yeah. So this is one of one that I got. I got this, I think, Christmas 2018 from my mother, who got me a Lodestar t-shirt. This was the first wearable swag that I've gotten. I think the arm's actually ripped now, but I just enjoy it. So I do wear it as an undershirt sometimes, very rarely as a shirt like this, but I felt like it was a good nostalgic piece to bring out for this podcast.
Oh, for sure. So we're going to go ahead. We actually pulled up I have the Wayback Machine pulled up. So I'm going to have that, and we're going to go through our old websites.
This is going to be cringy.
So I'm really excited about this. So we're going to start all the way back in 2014. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so this is the Lodestar website via circa 2014. So get really excited, guys. This is the first website on history and through the Wayback Machine for Lodestar. You want to tell me what was going on when you created this?
Oh boy, I don't even know how we get to this copy. I feel judged already. Yeah, I think it was, there are a lot of things that I had to learn as we were going about this. And yeah, I don't know how we got Smart Compliance meets Agile Software Solutions. So a lot of these names I don't recall in hindsight.
There's a lot of buzzwords.
There's a lot of buzzwords. There's a lot of jargon. We really were committed to the little compassy thing as an icon.
The sextant is actually what
those.
Oh,
too.
Yeah, that I forgot about that.
No, don't badmouth the sextant.
We love the sextant.
Yeah, but the other ones, are a little cringy, and some people, we probably talked about this before, but I wanted a very nautical name when I was starting the company, just because that was something I liked, and a Lodestar is like a North Star and a star for navigation. So that's kind of what got us there. I didn't want to do Lighthouse. I didn't want to put my own name on the company. I think I made a lot of kind of strategic mistakes. I wonder if we'd even show a further site if you went to lssoftwaresolutions.com, because we didn't get Lodestar as a right away as our as your thing. Let's say. And I was convinced that I wanted to have a long email so it looked like we were a big company, which is really stupid in hindsight. So, yeah, there's just a lot of tactical.
404 or 301. It's a redirect.
Okay. It's been redirecting the whole time. I don't know if you could do it any further back.
But yeah, this is it says it redirects us to.
Yeah.
LS.
We pretty much set it up to redirect. Yeah.
That's our new website. Yeah. We're not going to get there yet. So let's skip ahead here then.
Yeah.
And one thing I did want to ask about while we're still with this logo is who thought it was a good idea to stack that? Because that's I think the thing that kills me the most about the old logo.
I think it just looked more concise that way. It just was more boxy, so it was easier to put on stuff.
That makes sense. So, yeah.
I mean, I look at this, I'm like, you have no idea what we do. We changed our tagline there.
You have new tagline, 21st century sales generation.
We wanted to do like a CRM for a while was the plan. And I don't know why we have payments down there, because we definitely didn't. Well, I guess we accept your credit cards through QuickBooks, but I don't know. We changed our address too. We were
Yep.
in that Fifth Avenue office.
And you've got, your affiliations down
Yeah,
here.
no, this is
I can download a brochure, which is hilarious to me. Yeah, and I think overall you can see there's some things about this that aren't terrible.
right.
But
I
there's
don't know what we were integrated with. Yeah.
I don't think this is 2000
no LOSs
and
but yeah.
15.
Yep. Yeah.
And then moving forward another year, we switched websites. So
I gotta say we were definitely we got a lot of grief for the name and still do from confusion with Lone Star. Oh, the dude
makes an appearance. So this
Yeah.
this gentleman I have a lot of feelings about.
He has become infamous with Lone Star.
Yeah, we have screenshotted him.
Did
He
we
is a
reverse
meme in his Slack.
Did we reverse Google search him yet to see like
We have not
what that
reversed
image is from?
Google search.
We'll
him.
do that for part 2.
Yeah, we'll figure out where the
podcast.
guy's
Yeah,
from.
we won't reverse Google that on live podcasting because who knows
Who knows what
that's
we'll
from.
get.
I feel like that would be a good thing to research.
It's definitely the Wayback Machine, I will say, is publicly or is nonprofit, so they are a little, they're working here.
Yeah.
But you do have a little bit more here. I like this.
Yeah, we actually brought in an actual company to do this opposed to you doing it ourselves. So.
You do have like the net seller, you have an
Yeah.
online demo, Closing Bridge portal.
Oh yeah, that was when we wanted to do a portal.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that never panned out.
Perfect. It does disappear from the website later. It's funny to me.
Yeah.
Also, where did we get this 1,000+ number? I need to ask.
I tallied up the number of distinct domains that used us because it was the biggest number I could find.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there are a lot of domains that use Lodestar to
Right.
disclose.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
They're not all paying us. But a lot of various companies use us through our clients. So, you always go through the bigger number. And that was how I got to.
Yeah, I would say that number is still accurate. It's just, it's an interesting number for sure.
Mhm.
And this, I like that this is the guy who is an innovative mortgage professional.
The dude.
Dude. It's really great.
Mhm.
And then you do have some the same exact
We added one more
testimonials.
with Phil Fanning, who's my dad's golfing buddy. Hey, Phil, what's up?
perfect.
Monarch title. We added one. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Perfect. So let's go ahead and we're going to just keep going here. So this is where we start to see the Lodestar report. This is 2018.
Okay.
There's one more version of the website, or two more before we get to the rebrand here. I think it's interesting that we have the Lodestar report. You still have the same page. But this is where we start to see this come in.
Oh, we had 4 editions. All right.
More than 4.
No more. Okay. Yeah.
I think this started with the sneak peek. I'm assuming this is the first year we won Housing Wire Top Tech 100.
Might have
Maybe.
been. Yeah.
And this is 2019. So we have a Calyx integration now.
Yep.
Encompass integration. Great
Yeah, that had
stuff.
its own tab. Yeah.
It got its own tab.
I stand by that. Yeah.
Real estate tax quotes got its own tab, which is an interesting choice.
I think when we were redesigning the website, it was one of the things we were talking about too, how much this stuff changes and how flexible you did it to be. Like I'm forgetting about a lot of these things that didn't work out or we tried or have updated. So it's definitely interesting. And I think it's, it's important to keep on trying that, but I think it's important to just see like what you need for the flexibility for the stuff. And it's also cool to see how like the brand and the marketing is like a living, breathing, changing thing.
Oh, 100%. I think this website's drastically better than the first one.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. This is the same Lodestar report. This is a year later.
The 2019.
Yeah, this is 2019. So we're good here. And then this is actually, I realized this is the website that I saw when I looked at the company.
We updated it. The guiding light.
The guiding light. So when I first actually was doing my interviews, one of the things that I mentioned is being happy with the amount of content they put out.
Oh, the dude's still there.
The dude does live until the rebrand, in case anyone was wondering. This slide does not change. But we do put on an industry news tab
address,
down here,
yeah.
new address. We
Probably about 8 different addresses too.
yeah, a lot of addresses.
Yeah. Oh, we finally have a contact us form. That's good.
Yep.
Good job, team.
Good job. You did it.
Quality assurance, is that
I'm pretty sure that is Mortgage
stuff,
Sentinel.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember looking the Lodestar Reports tab. I think we now have Deeper Thoughts in here as well. Yep. This is dramatically improved. And we have Deeper Thoughts. So this was actually what I saw. And I was like, hey, maybe I'll work for this company. So
did something right.
And then we have, the quality assurance. I'm pretty sure this is the Mortgage Sentinel product line that we did move away from. Yes.
Yep.
That's what this is. And then we still had the real estate. We did drop. Yep. We still have this drop down here as well for the loan estimator as well.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it's really interesting to kind of look back through this and just see how much you did in this is about 8 years of the company's history. Thoughts kind of looking at everything.
We're improving, so that's good, right? It's nice to see change, right? It's nice to see that you actually have a sense of what we do. I think it's interesting too to see. I think when we go over the rebrand, you'll see the focus, right? I think it's when you start a business, it's so easy to say yes, because you don't want to say no to anything, and it's so important to say no and do less. And you could see there we're trying to do all these different things. Some work out, some don't work out. And I think the more you see the brand go along, it gets very focused. Hopefully when we look at the rebrand, you'll see oh, it's very obvious what they're doing. What was the tagline? Smart compliance for agile software solutions. It makes no sense, right? It's buzzword vomit, as I like to say. So at least we've moved along from that. And I think it's amazing what happens when you actually bring in people who know what they're doing with marketing, yourself being one of them, but also just, hiring people to do websites, hiring marketing companies to work on it. It is a skill, and it's very important. And it was a skill that I certainly did not have when I started the company and barely do now. So I think it's important to realize that. And it's blatant to see. So what are your takeaways from the evolution of the website?
There are definitely a lot of buzzwords. This banner behind me says leading the mortgage industry with technology to grow your business. That's the most that could apply. You could walk into an exhibit hall and that could apply to any vendor in the room. So I think that's definitely something. And I think we've kind of gone through phases as well. We've tried things actually behind the banner behind us. There's an older banner with the new branding on it that, we learned the mistake of, be very kind of vague with your larger stuff for marketing.
Yeah, so you can use it
for longer. Because a lot of times product lines will change, or
we break the hardware too.
Well, we did break the banner. We did need to replace it. It broke at one of our shows, but I think that's also important as well to just recognize you can replace hardware as well. So there's that.
Yeah.
But I think we've done a good job of really creating this distinct brand and you look at things and you can see, oh, that's a Lodestar branded item. So that's been a lot of what we've been doing is really creating that distinct voice of when you look at if you look at a booth, if we were to take our logo off of it, my goal is for people to be able to tell that it's a Lodestar booth if I didn't even have my logo on it. And I think that's, important. But the old brand is honestly, I give you a little bit of shade for it. But overall, I think it's also a sign of the times, right? You look at that old website and it's an old website, but I've seen other companies' websites from that time period. And honestly, it fits in.
Well, that's how do you think we designed it? We're let's go look at a bunch of other companies' websites and try to make something that looks kind of similar, right?
And I think that's also a sign of it as well. And how we use websites has changed so dramatically as well, right? Download a brochure.
Who even knows what mobile was going to be on that website, right? Or thinking of that now. So
we optimized our entire website for mobile. Our website, the last website you saw here wasn't mobile optimized, right? You couldn't use it on a phone. And we still get such a small percentage of our website traffic via mobile that it's not something that we're super concerned with. Yeah. But still, I'd say it's about 20% of our website traffic comes on a cell phone. That's still measurable traffic. That's still important to us. So I think it's really interesting to kind of see the brand grow and also the product lines that came in and left. And and all of that. I think it's a lot of fun to kind of look back on.
Yeah. You realize how many things you've tried, how many things may have not worked out, which is okay. I think it's important to try different things, and you focus more on the process of how do we go about doing this, whether or not it works out. Right in the process, in a lot of these cases was not great. So we're learning and always are, and maybe we'll look back at our website and be like, oh, that's great, but like ours is way better now, right? So
yeah. And I mean, we're definitely going to be, so our next episode, we're going to dive into the rebrand, the process of that, what that looked like. And we're also going to talk about the mistakes we made when we first launched the website via Now. Our new brand has been live for about 2 years. We've made a lot of changes since then.
We're going to learn about the backstory of the dude. We're
going to learn about the backstory of the dude. We're going to do a quick Google search for you guys and get you some answers.
Yeah, I'm nervous about that.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Lodestar's Lending Leaders. And thank you for celebrating 10 years with us. We have a lot of exciting things planned for you this year. And we're really excited for anything and everything that comes up.
Very surreal to be here, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for listening, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for listening to the Lodestar's Lending Leaders podcast. Please like, subscribe, and rate us 5 stars anywhere you get your podcast. A special thank you to the Lodestar podcast production team, Jim Paolino, Tim Austin, and John Gardner.